everybody, and welcome to the how to score over 100,000 in Bubble Shooter. This
Video.
is me basically spilling all of my secrets that I have. So pay close attention, as there are very few people that are better than me at this game. So this is a replay of me playing the Bubble-tastic about 10 minutes ago. So I'm going to play the video and then I'm going to go through what exactly I did and my thought process and all of that. So here is the replay. If you see a pause, it's because I was trying to swipe up on my, if I had swipe up, which it's from the bottom because this is, for some reason it's sideways, but I was trying to get my volume to work and it wasn't. So that's why there's an additional 19 seconds video. So if you see it pause, it's because I was trying to swipe up and figure out how to get my volume to work, which it wasn't. It was very frustrating. So this whole game I played with no sound. I don't know why it still tells me tips during my games, but it's kind of annoying. As you can see here, I'm getting pretty pissed off that I have no sound. Like, I feel like sound is a huge thing to have because you gauge the when the bubbles stop popping and it's your next shot, you can tell from the sound synchronized with the, you know what I mean. Kind of a bummer I had to go this whole game without. Still ended up winning it. I scored over 200,000. So the article that I wrote up for you guys is how to score over 100,000. I'm going to show you in the video how I scored over 200,000. So as you can see, there was nothing special at the beginning of this game. And we're not down to 2 colors by the 2-minute mark, which if you're going to score over 200,000, you usually need to be down to 2 colors by the 2-minute mark. I pretty much just made all of my shots that I needed to make. And I got the bubbles that I needed to. So, yeah, that was part of why I won. As you can see, there's still 1 minute and 13 seconds left, and I'm still not down to 2 colors yet. So the fact that I got over 200,000 is actually pretty impressive. So we got 1 minute left, and we got 2 colors, and we're bringing the board down. Get as many bubbles as we possibly can, shoot down, and get combos and all that fun stuff. The combo times 46 means I just got 4,600 extra points for all those bubbles popping. Now, at the bottom left here, you'll see these 5 circles. 2 of them are filled in with gray. Okay. This is how many bubbles you can miss until the board's gonna drop down. It goes 5, 3, 1. So you'll be able to miss 5 times, then 3 times, then 1 time. And then so you can miss 5 times, that's fine. But the 6th bubble that you miss, it's gonna drop the board down, okay? Even more basics. We're gonna start out with the startup here. You get 3 minutes and you get 8 rows of 11 bubbles, okay? You get the ball you're shooting or the bubble you're shooting and the bubble that's next to shoot, okay? And then it goes 5, 3, 1 with the bubbles that you can miss, okay? You have 6 different colored bubbles. Once you clear one color, it will never come back again. But you have to make sure that you're aware of the backup bubble that you're going to be shooting, okay? So, because if you clear all the reds, but you have a red in your chamber, it's not going to just change to a different color. It's still going to be red. You're still going to shoot it onto the board, and red is going to stay until you clear all of the reds and there's no more color in your chamber. So be very aware of your next shot, as it can screw you from clearing a certain color. Also, when you clear a color, okay, so when you shoot all of your bubbles, or you miss all of your shots, and you shoot the next shot, the board's going to come down, okay? Depending on if you have a color cleared or not is how many rows come down. If you have all of the dark blues gone, the row that normally comes down is going to come down plus 1 more. So 6 colors. Every time you clear a color, an extra row is going to come down when you miss too many shots. Okay. Also, when the board comes down, the bubbles that are up at the top here that are touching this left side shift to the right and are touching this right side. Same thing goes for the row below it. These ones that are touching on the right side are now going to be touching the left side. So if one row comes down, these are all going to shift over and these are all going to shift over. Okay. You have 2 rows coming down, they're just both going to shift and it's going to be just the same. They're all going to be in the same spot. But if there's 3 coming down, then they're going to be offset again, and then there's 4 coming down, it's going to be even. That's further deeper. So got the colors, the rows, the switch. Now let's go to just watch some more of this. Now your objective is to shoot and clear colors. Clear as many colors as you possibly can. Make sure that your next shot is shootable. Set yourself up for your next shot. Be aware of your next shot always. If you do not pay attention to your next shot, you're going to be in a world of trouble. And shooting the bubbles just takes practice. The physics of the game are very consistent, and if you do it right, you'll be able to make off the wall shots like that, no problem. Keep practicing. Practice, practice, practice. All right. Now this two color part is like a completely different game, okay? This is going to, so as you can see, right now I have a 10,000 score, okay? If you screw this part up, your end score will be 10,120, and we all know that that's not very great. You're probably going to lose. So this part of the game is the most important part. This should be your goal to get to this part every game. But the way you play this part is what makes you a winner or a loser. Okay? You can get down to two colors every game and lose because you screwed this part up. So this part is very, 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 very important that you follow everything that I say right now. As you can see, we have 3 bubbles that we can miss. We're at the 3 stage, okay? This is the stage where we throw off. Okay? What's gonna happen? 5 rows are gonna drop down, okay? Because we have 2 colors left. There's 6 to start with, there's 4 now, or there's 2 now, so there's 4 missing, plus the 1 row that automatically comes down, so you got 5 rows that are gonna come down. There's 15, there's room on this playing board here for 15 bubbles. If there's a 16th bubble that pops down below this line, this is like, there's like an imaginary line here. The bubbles can't go past this bubble that you're shooting, okay? Which is 15 bubbles down. So if you have 16 rows of bubbles, you lose, okay? Why this is very, 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 very important, okay? So we're at the 3 stage, the 3 bubble stage, okay? We're gonna throw off, 5 rows are gonna come down, and then we're gonna have 1 bubble to shoot, and we're gonna throw off until we have the other row come down. So we have 3 rows right now, we're gonna have 15 before I start talking again, okay? Now, be very aware of your next bubble because this will screw you. Had I not had another orange or yellow, whatever you want to call this, bubble in the chamber, I would not have thrown this bubble to pop. Why? Why would I not do that? Because it's very important. There was a purple behind, and I shoot this. All of the oranges are going to be off the board. You're just going to have a purple left. So this is the difference between paying attention and not paying attention. So this would be your final score. Well, no, because you still get, so 38,400 times 2 would be 76,000. Plus you get about roughly 25,000. 25, 50 plus 76. You'd still get over 100,000, which is good. You'd get roughly 136,000 if this next one was a purple. Since it's an orange, you're going to get much more than 136,000. Okay. Now right here, why didn't I just drop the board, right? If this board can fit 15 bubbles, why not just drop the board and then play from there? Well, because guess what? When I have 3 bubbles to shoot, what comes after? 1. So if I can't manage to get enough 5 rows of bubbles out of my way within 2 shots, guess what's going to happen? I'm losing. So I'm clearing until I have less than 5 rows of bubbles. Less than 5 bubbles deep, I should say. Once I get to less than 5 bubbles deep, I'm going to throw off. Okay. And throw off again. Now I have a full board again. Now, I don't care that this next one's purple because there's only 26 seconds left. I need to hurry up and clear this board so that I can double my score. I have 5 shots to do so. Okay, that's why this is very important, because if you don't do this right, it takes about 5 seconds for those rows to pop down. So and then it takes about 10 seconds for you to pop one color. So you want to shoot as least shots as possible before the game's over, because there's a lot of time with the bubble shooting through, hitting its target, popping, all that stuff. So I throw up my bubble. Now right here is a big part, because there's 19 seconds left. If you don't clear the board before 2 seconds is left on the clock, your score won't double. I should say before the clock hits 1 second. So you'll see this game came extremely close. I was like a split second away from not doubling my score, but that's because I have a lot of experience with this, okay? So I need to shoot these 6 bubbles as fast as possible. And then I gotta shoot off the wall into the center of the bubbles. Hit 2 of those bubbles for them to pop faster. We'll talk about that in a minute. See, I was very, 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 very close to not getting my score to double. But yeah, there you can see the end result was 100,000 or 209,000 was my final score. But at the end there, if you don't go into the center and hit 2 bubbles, and you just hit 1 bubble, it's just gonna pop 1 bubble at a time instead of 2 bubbles at a time. which makes a difference. And you want to shoot straight up the middle, because if you don't, you're gonna have it takes longer for the bubble to travel on a diagonal than it does straight up, and you'll be able to hit your 2 bubbles. 8 seconds if you do it right to pop all of them. So if you can get your shot off before the 10-second mark, you'll pop all your bubbles by 2 seconds. That's gonna conclude it. I think I've told you guys way too much. I am gonna pay for that in the end. And you guys are probably gonna start kicking my ass in the bubble-tastic, and I'm not gonna be happy. But you gotta give back. Huge fan of giving back to my. But yep, thanks for watching, and good one.